If collecting is your love,
I want more.
every day.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh, I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
Always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that it is a tail. That's a tail. The original turtles had tails. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. Each envelope has one 9.8 SIG Series comic book graded by CGC. These are hand-picked for you. 7 out of 10, my lord. It could take 6 months of being constipated before they die from the buildup. Not just any Iron Man. The Iron Man that saved us all.
In the box!
Doug! It's the Captain!
And I gotta say, that shield was pretty fun to paint too. It's chunky.
It is chunky.
Chunky with the oil paint.
Yeah.
Call on me and collect with DCD. If collecting is your love,
I want more.
every day.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh, I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
Always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that it is a tail. That's a tail. The original turtles had tails. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. Each envelope has one 9.8 SIG Series comic book graded by CGC. These are hand-picked for you. 7 out of 10, my lord. It could take 6 months of being constipated before they die from the buildup. Not just any Iron Man. The Iron Man that saved us all.
In the box!
Doug! It's the Captain!
And I gotta say, that shield was pretty fun to paint too. It's chunky.
It is chunky.
Chunky with the oil paint.
Yeah.
Call on me and collect with DCD. If collecting is your love
I want more.
every day.
That's not true. He likes me because I'm loud and a brat and he can make me shut up later. Oh,
That will
I wish I didn't say that out loud.
The hits just keep on coming.
Stream so that I have a good looking head. When you say website, I don't think action figures. Thomas! Thomas! You and I need to have a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation because on the back is numero uno. I love this book. I love it.
Always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Before you get excited, that's a tail. The turtles had tails. Yeah, that's a tail. Thank you for pointing that.
What's going on, Money Mitch? Hey, everybody. Oh, so I was taking a look at everything that we have currently going. I'm jumping right into it because I'm kind of... What's going on, Thomas? How you doing? Thomas, you're actually the catalyst for me jumping right into this. So Thomas grabbed the next Sin City surprise. What up, Don? Look at this. Legolas, as my wife would say. So Carlos got the jock. Thomas grabbed the Adam Hughes, which is the Black Widow number 5, Legacy Edition 55. I'm sorry, 15, Legacy issue 55. Leaving box 3 and the Zerdy, which is, I think it's this one. Nope, it's not. It's the one in the middle. It's this one. So the Zerdy comes with the pre-numbered box 3. Now, these are not our numbers. These are Amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con's numbers. So they made that number 3 box, not us. I want to point that out. They made that number 3, not us. We just paired it with the Zerdy cover. So we're going to open up Thomas's number 62 and go over the Hughes and the other comics that he got there. But then it got me thinking about the other con thing that we have going on. And holy buckets, I want everyone to realize something here. There's 3 boxes left. 2 comics are signed by Jurgens. The other is signed by J. Scott Campbell. We can argue and be heard. Oddly aside, these are the 3 biggest books in that run. And don't forget the David Mack Battle Beast, the Junior Junior, and the Junior Hana. $124.99. That's good. So it did. It got me thinking. Goodness gracious, there are big ones ahead of us. All right, I'm gonna get a knife. You know, I feel like somebody keeps taking my knife. All right, we'll improvise. We use the titanium one. All right, first of all, here's the Adam Hughes. Let's put these on the big screen. Here's the Adam Hughes. That is also sorted. So Thomas, there's your Hughes. Then there's this last nasty little nugget. It is a foil flash. I I'm going to re-bag and board this for you. I just realized that bag is ugly. So I'm going to re-bag and board that for you, bud. And then this, I don't know that we ever showed this one on camera. And I have to tell you, geez, it's really good. This is a Kari Andrews cover. Yeah, that is with the Adam Hughes. I don't know if you've seen this yet. This is insane. I actually need to shop this cover and get Kari to sign it. That is an absolute bonkers Kari Andrews page. And it says it says love to Bob, Todd, and Jim. And, you know, Kari killed it. That is a really... I am now going to search this cover. Black Adam. That is your lenticular. Lightning bolts shooting everywhere. And then there's Avenger Twilight #1. Where Peter looks like he might be injured. A little bit. Little bit. All right. I want to move these over here. Because now we're going to get to... Yeah, the lenticulars are nice. Man. The only problem with lenticulars is you have to have them sign the inside cover. Right? All right, 62. We have no clue what's inside here. None. Zero. My surprise.
What's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's
gun.
in the box?
What's in the box? I don't know. There's only one way to find out. What up, Hellbolt? Love you, man. Ooh, we know this signature. We've seen it already. But let's take a look at this cover. Dan Slott. Amazing Spider-Man. It looks like his guts are flying out of here. Oh, those are guts. And feet. This would be the zombies variant. Written by Dan Slott. We have this beautiful cover that we have seen. Oh. How about a David Nakayama cover incoming? What a nice Nakayama. How about this Nakayama cover? Virgin variant. There you go, Thomas. I love that green color, the way it plays the spider webs. I like it a lot. Ooh, Batman the Dark Knight Ventriloquist #1. That is your lenticular. And look at all the dolls hanging in the background. That is a spooky. And, ooh, how about a Tyler Kirkham cover? How about a Star Wars High Republic #1 Tyler Kirkham cover? There you go. Those are your 10 books. Now, by law, I'm required to tell you what's next. And by law, I mean the law I made up myself. Next person's getting the Zerdy and mystery box #3. I want to swap out this bag and board. hey man, here I am going to swap out your bag and board. No, man, that's polybagged. So, yeah, that is not the bag and board. This is just still polybagged. So we're gonna put that right back, because this bag and board is good. We're gonna put, I mean, it's bad that they put tape on it. That's just stupid. Tape and comics don't mix. What up, Saporos? Look it, take the tape off. It's a self-sealing bag, folks. Use the self-sealing bag. Use it. Use the self-sealing bag. No tape. Just like Edna said, no capes. No tapes here, okay? No tapes. Let's get this bad boy back in. Gently. There you go, Mr. Polybag. Don't want you to get, there it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, doing a little tuck right there. Just gonna tuck that in. Gonna Alex tuck that in. There you go. What up, Reload? How the break's going? Well, so far so good. So far so good. Ooh, who that is? Who that is? Yep. That is Mrs. the Breaker telling me she can't watch. She's got to pick up her Target order. Target order. Stanley Cup playoff game number 2. Less than 3 minutes. Carolina 0, VGK 1. Nice. Oy vey. All right, that's good. Now I want to keep this one on top because I need to research that book. I want it. I want it. Where is Thomas's? Where's your? Boo, boo, boo. Oh, there you are. Boo, 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 boo. Alright, new break. Who dis? Brownie. I know this isn't your thing because you were there, but I want to give you the same recap I gave everybody else, just for the other 10 people that came in the last 5 minutes. So Thomas just grabbed the Adam Hughes. He also got a Dan Slott on a Marvel Zombies variant. Some really a cover that I actually have to research the crap out of because now I want a copy signed by Kari Andrews. What up, Hex? The next one is Zerdy number 3. Now, I know you grabbed a couple of these when you were at the con, so this is not up your alley, but for those who are joining, the Zerdy is the next one. Right after that is the Rob Liefeld one. Now, I don't know if you know this. Rob Liefeld charges a pretty penny for his signature. It is not a cheap signature to get. The fact that we got one in a box really makes that box. Followed by Loeb, Chu, and then the spicy Frank Cho at the end, and that book is for the lonely boys. All right, so here's the thing that may appeal to you. Now, I don't know if you like Dan Jurgens or Superman. I don't know if Hex likes Dan Jurgens or Superman, but there's only 3 left now that Daniel got the Zeb Wells. I'm sorry you're going through that, Hellbolt. We love you, man, and you need to know that. But the final 3 books in that set are Dan Jurgens signed Funeral for a Friend, another Dan Jurgens signed Superman, and a J. Scott Campbell signed book. All 3 of those come with original art by Pete Scullins, as well as badges and giveaway chances for the David Mack signed cover, the Junior signed print, and the Junior Hannah signed print. This is the breaker really picking up what? Oh. So we bought we are moving as all of you know. We've been moving. I actually took 3 truckloads over today. One of the beds is finally over. The little bed. And we needed a new dining room table because now we actually have a dining room. Before we just had this little tiny particle board IKEA 4-person table. But we're probably gonna have people over, so we got a 6-person table, and we needed to buy new chairs. So we did. What up, chef? And the chairs were being mailed to our house. But we're not at the house yet. We don't move in until fully Saturday. So Mrs. the Breaker got notice that they're on their way 2 stops away. So now she has to drive over to the house so that somebody could be there for them to drop off the chairs. All 6 of them. Thanks, Carlos. I hope your knee is feeling better. So yeah, that's what Mrs. the Breaker's out there doing her thing. We also had to buy a new couch because the couches we had were just too small for the new living room we have. What up, Scuba? Hey, Scuba, what happened to Montreal, Scuba? Scuba, what happened to Montreal? What happened to Montreal? Did I call verbatim exactly what was going to happen to Montreal, Scuba? Scuba, just wondering if you knew about that, Scuba. Remember how I said that they would win the first game and then get swept because they had so much time off, Scuba? And you were like, F no, no way. DCU is stupid when it comes to hockey. And I said, no, win 1, get swept. They won 1, got swept. Now, granted, Buffalo lost, so that sucks, but yeah, I knew Carolina was going to do a thing. I have no idea what's going on between Carolina and Vegas. Legit, real talk, I don't have an opinion on that. I don't know those teams well enough to know how they would perform against each other, but I did know the Carolina and the Carolina and the Montreal was going to go exactly. I mean, I literally called it before they took their first loss. I said they're not going to sweep them. They had too long off. They're going to lose one. That's going to kick them in the butt, and they're going to do it. And sure enough, I should have bet some cabbage on that because I would have won some cabbage. Could you imagine if I put like $100 on that prediction? That would have been a 5-game parlay. That had to be like 2-3 G's. For real. Like, I got some gamblers in here, especially if Bourbon and Dangle are here. $100 5-game parlay in hockey, 100% correct in the order that they were. That's got to be a couple of grand. Love you. Yeah, I don't know if you guys checked Discord. I forgot to say I love you last night. I was just so tickled pink to have somebody to co-host the show, and I was just so excited that I was, my brain melted. T-Bone made my brain melt. So, yeah, I wrote it in the thing. I can't watch the hockey game. DirecTV Channel 7 are fighting with Contract. Ew, yucky. We're so over television. We are so we are everything. You have to pay for everything now. It's everyone. So I want to remind everybody, and everybody should be mad about this. People should be in arms. Listen, I get in trouble a lot for promoting violence. So I'm not going to promote violence, but I am going to promote civil discourse. Folks, do you remember when we used to complain about the cable company being too expensive at $139 a month? And then we were like, if these were a la carte, we'd be so much happier, right? You remember that? Do you remember Do you remember when we said, I wish I could just buy the channels that we want? Did we know that the channels that we wanted were going to charge $40 a piece? So now it's like $250 to get all the channels that we want. Because we dismantled, our complaints, we did it. We dismantled the cable companies in favor of Olive Cart. And then let's talk about the beginning of this. When Disney was $9.99, when Netflix was $7.99, when you could get everything for $50, just like, a third of the price of cable, and everyone's like, we won. And then the greedy, pork-fed pig cannibals that run these companies decided, well, we're going to put commercials in there because we want more money. Oh, you don't want those commercials? Well, then it's double the price. Hey, it's double the price, but guess what? We're putting commercials back in. I hope you enjoy it. There's nothing you can do about it. We have you. I was thinking about that today. I don't know if that comes across as something that was recently on my mind, but I just want you to know that we really as a society need to look at what's going on and go, no, we're just not going to do this. We either need to start VPNing and onion browsering and stealing everything that we see. These statements are those of DC the Breaker, not necessarily those of DCD Collects. And really just prevent them from profiting off of this. Or we need to just read books, touch grass, make out with girls or guys, do something fun that's not in front of a TV. Unless it's, on your phone and it's me, because I enlighten all of your lives. The thing is, streaming isn't a la carte. You still have to buy all the junk you don't want for a singular show. Yeah. I mean, I go with my hand. See, there you go. Salty, but, it's consensual. Or stream cool content for free. Hi-yo! There we are. There you are. All right. I'm in a mood, folks. I am in a mood. Drinking weird water, I'm in a mood. Oh, by the way, Money Mitch, I have already burned through all of that Icelandic water. Money Mitch and Ms. Money, only because Mrs. Money doesn't have the same ring to it, brought me multiple bottles of my favorite water, along with this wonderful bourbon that I'm sipping on today. I burned straight through that. It was delicious. Delicious. Maybe if they'd increase prices, piracy has gone way up to levels worse than before. Right, Saporos? You ever play any of the pinball machines? No. They were $1 a play, Scuba, and that goes against my my personal code of conduct. I'm sorry. I'm not paying $1 to play one pinball machine. There is a pinball place near my house that is at Golf and Stuff, the miniature golf place, and they have legit old school Star Wars. Before they did the remake, the original issue Star Wars, they have the original Lord of the Rings. They have the Two Towers. They have Ghostbusters, the OG one, and they have a gaggle of them, and they're all still the vintage 25 cents per play. So out of principle, I will not spend $1 to play even a rare game like the ones that they had there. It's a quarter or free. That's the only way I play pinball. Listen, if it's like a classic, like that Robo Girl game that I don't remember the name of, the robotics game, like that one I would have paid 50 cents because that's like a 40-year-old, 30-year-old game, 35-year-old game. Pinbot. I think that was Pinbot. Yeah, I believe so. I would have paid 50 cents to play Pinbot. Just because she's a classic, but I'm still not paying $1. $5 entries, all you can play. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're going to get your quarters worth there. That's what I'm saying. See, I love that Saporo's like, whoa, wait, you saw Pinbot? Yeah, I did. I actually sent a video to Scuba because, while people named Scuba may not think that I don't think of them just because I don't text every day, doesn't mean I'm not thinking about them. That goes for all of you. I just don't text. I hate technology and phones and social media. Yeah, I know. I'm a streamer. It's stupid. But if I don't have a duality, I have nothing. So, When I see the machine bride of Pinbot, when I see things that remind me of people, like, oh, hey, that reminds me of so and so, I better send them a video, and that's exactly what I did. They had both John Wicks there too, one of which is fairly new. I'm not paying $1. I'm just not doing it. It's, if we don't have principles, we have nothing. Send me a picture of a porta potty. I was thinking about the poop. VGK goal. Listen, when I see weird videos of people near murdering each other in Russia in the name of sport, I send it to Sapphoros. Or things that are politically charged that I'm not allowed to send in any other way, shape, or form. I don't know how I feel about this water. No. Ionized water. Shut up. Ionized. Ionized my tuchus. It's not ionized water. It's just some fancy word. It's like reverse osmosis. Oh, you mean condensation? You mean you condensed it? Reverse osmosis? You used condensation power? Really? You fancy words for water, jerk. Who else are you going to have send you a video of two dudes trying to throw each other into a giant tire? Exactly. That is quality content. And I want it, but the only thing is I wish it was just still in Russian. I don't want any English subtitles. I want to hear the vodka on their breath, since I can't smell it. Folks, I think maybe next week we have Carlos coming out. I believe the plan is to get Carlos out next week. $99.99. We have decided that Paul Maitland is going to get pushed till probably end of July, because I am not going to be here. I'll be here all next week. I will not be here Thursday and Friday of the following week, and we will not be here Friday of the week after that. So with us already having Carlos on hand, there's no room for Paul. So I said, Paul, he reached out to me. He's like, hey, deadline. I was like, it was going to be in a couple weeks, but just take your time. He's like, what about middle of July? I was like, that is actually perfect for our schedule. So, and the things that he's knocking out are so handsome that I'm not going to rush genius. I can't do it. All right. Nobody wants to open number 3, and nobody wants a Jergens or a Campbell. Okay, that's fine. I'm all right with that. Just gives me more time to boom boom. Stick is still good. It's been here for months and it's still good. Chef said, that's not how reverse osmosis works. But I don't want to get my Submariner brain unfocused from work. I know. I'm aware, Chef. I know. We had a reverse osmosis machine on the ship. We did. Did you say no one wants to Jergens or Campbell? Yeah, Jergens. RO, radiated water is very nice. Jergens, Dan Jergens. We have some Dan Jergens Superman signed books. I should probably just bring them out since there's only 3 of them now. I should put them right here. Here's one of the giveaways. Here's the other giveaway. Here's another giveaway. Funeral for a Friend. Unbelievable cover. You got to take it out of the poly bag to get it. Man, oh man, how cherry does that look? Now, Dan Jurgens is a man of principle and taste. He signs things in very specific areas in very specific colors. Oh, it also comes with the facsimile of AC1, which, by the way, these things actually grade and sell for a stupid amount of money. I don't understand it. Google it. I'm not joking. It actually comes with a certificate of authenticity. People, they sell. Google it. I'm competent. I'm telling you, it's real. And then here, Death is Superman. Also got to remove the poly bag to get this bad boy cover. See, again, putting it in yellow off to the side on the dark, not to take away from the cape and the mourning. He's matching the Superman and the he's just smart. He just knows what he's doing. Now, I don't know if you know, that one comes with the Spawn. Image First Spawn. And art. The other Superman comes with Captain. And then this Iceman right here. That's the J. Scott Campbell. Now, and this nasty X-Men foil. Omega Red. Yeah. Is that the next one up? No, this one we don't know. This is the these are the mysteries. So there's only 3 left. It's a Campbell and 2 Jurgens. We don't know which order they're going to be. We do know the next one up for Sin City Surprise is Zerdy and number 3. We do know that one. Oh, nope, don't want to lean back. Oh, there we go. Does this thing move anymore? I don't know where the... There it is. I swear I'm adjusting my chair. There we go. There's my lumbar. I'm old. I need stuff like that. Just wish it went a little bit higher. Well, that's got to change. That blends right in with the shine of my head. Oh, it's because it's foil. There we go. Wait. Money Mitch is covered. We got to make sure. There we go. Now we can see Money Mitch. There he is. There's Money Mitch. For those who don't know, Money Mitch is this one. That's Mrs. Money Mitch. That's Melissa. That's LL Cool Jimmy C. And that's Little Me. Yeah. So we rode the High Roller, which is that gigantic Ferris wheel, 550 feet roughly tall Ferris wheel in Vegas. And listen, I'm not. My testicles may or may not have been the conversation on the whole ride, because you guys know, and I don't know if some of you are afraid of heights, but when you are like on the edge of something, like really really high, and you're looking down, you get that tingle. We had a whole conversation about that because I am not so terrified of heights. I'm terrified of looking down while high up in the air. Ooh, the Peter tingle, but without all the special Spidey powers. And I kept challenging myself to edge closer to the glass floor part of the pod and look down when we were at about 540 feet in the air. Yeah, the heights don't bother me. It's the falling that does. See, that's the thing, Don. I'm not afraid of the heights. I'm afraid of looking down and realizing what the fall would feel like. I'm afraid of falling from heights. I'm not afraid of actual heights. Like when I was in the Navy, I had to go up we had to go on the island. I'm trying to think of words that you guys would understand. So, all right, you know the tall mast in the middle of a ship? On an aircraft carrier, it's called the island because it's an island on the flight deck. So I had to do the ship's whistle, and the ship's whistle was located up there. So I had to put on a harness, and I had to climb up and strap onto this weird like zipper type thing that would allow me to ascend the ship. And I was the only one afraid of heights, and they made me do it. How long did the ride take? 32 minutes. Actually, we did have an abrupt stop when one of the signature cars, which you pay extra for, private cars, it's the sudden stop at the end that kills you. Yep. They did not tell us that certain cars get to stop for 5 seconds, 10 seconds at the top to take photos. Those carts, by the way, had full bars on them, which I wish I would have known. But we were like 80% to the top, and all of a sudden we had a jolt. And I was like, oh my God, we're dying. Immediately, it was like, we're dying. Hug my child and my wife. We're dying. But like, no, the marked car is at the peak and they're getting their photo op. So once I got my bearings and understood that we were not dying, I immediately took the beach towel and cleaned up all of the pee that I had. I mean, all the water I spilled on my lap. Because I was drinking water, so I spilled it all over my lap when I realized that we were dying, and then we never spoke about it again until now. Yep. Awkward silence. So, tomorrow, we are doing more of the same today. There is a possibility we could do a There Will Be Blood. We have so many things that are for sale right now. We don't know if we're going to tack on anything new. Probably want to burn through what we have so we can get new stuff. We have Comic-Con, not Revolution. We have Fan Expo in 3 weeks. That is going to probably flood us with Star Wars related stuff. Uncle Doug, folks, I was going for one day. First of all, we were going to work Fan Expo. Then we couldn't work Fan Expo. So I bought a one-day ticket so that I could meet Mark Hamill. Then suddenly, Doug and Trevor are doing all 3 days at Fan Expo. And it's sold out. So I can't do all 3 days, which is fine because then I can go hang out with John Ballerjack on Saturday. But as the weeks progressed and they started signing every single famous person on the planet to show up there, and make it the better than San Diego Comic-Con, I am in deep regret that we did not forcibly do that con. I think we would have had a blast. I think we should have kidnapped Lee Cozy, said, I don't care how busy you are coming to Fan Expo, and you are going to like it. I would have physically tried to, well, he was a Marine, he'd win. But he would know that I'm serious when I tried to manhandle him. I think a guy who is that high up and well regarded in Lucasfilm would have done fantastic at a Lucasfilm driven expo. But the best laid plans of mice and men. Hey, Chef, did they ever get that thrown out of court? I never asked you I don't know if you're under gag order. Did they throw that bum's BS out of court? I was following it up until you had to go, no, you still fighting that, or did they just like postpone it again? I researched the guy that is messing with Chef, and he is, I'm allowed to say this, I think, because this is my personal opinion. He's a total jackwagon. Another three, okay. Hello, Kate! Is it any closer to being thrown out, or is it more close to going forward? Because the dude has like a gaggle of issues of his own that he probably should be taking care of. He's not a well-liked human being, according to what I've read. 15-star jury selection. Well, it's going to go all the way through. Well, you're going to win. So we found out who did that Optimus Prime sketch I got in that break. Please tell me it was Tommy Wiseau, moonlighting as an artist. I'm at the Smiths Center for a show, so I won't be here, but I wanted to say hi. Are you seeing the Smiths at the Smith Center? Nope. You're not seeing the Smiths at the Smith Center. You're not seeing Morrissey at the Smith. Shin Young Kim. Why does that sound familiar? Shin Young Kim, comic book artist. Or is he the animator for seeing Shucked the Musical? I don't think you can say that on this channel. Jin Young Kim. Illustrator and designer. Uh-huh. Oh. Well, I think you hit the jackpot, dude. Let's take a look. Everybody, let's join in. Hey! Jin Young Kim, JYK all day, baby. Take a look at his other work, too. Is that a fountain pen? Yeah, it is. Dang. Derpy. Well, that is a good one, man. See? I mean, listen, Doug doesn't approach slouches. He doesn't approach slouches and say, do art. He finds people that are good at what they do and then says, do art. Doug knows what he's doing. Is that a chibi? Little chibi Megatron? Oh, that's a dope style. That's different. I like that. Kate Crawford, since he approached you, you have done covers. You've headlined shows. What you talking about, Willis? Seven Samurai? Yeah, it's pretty nasty. I wish I could art. Alas, I cannot. All right, there you go. Give him a follow. I did. Jin Young Kim. It was a Ted Lasso. You are correct. That was a Teddy. Can we talk about Ted Lasso? Are we allowed to do that? I got to recline for this one. Oh, are we allowed to talk about Ted Lasso? Listen, I love Ted Lasso. I think Ted Lasso, in my opinion, was one of the best series ever. It is so good. If you didn't see it, do yourself the honor. Respect your time and watch Ted Lasso. They ran out of money on the final episode. They did get to complete the series, but they ran out of money in this last episode. They had some real janky special effects, but they closed everybody's storyline agreeably. It was great. We just don't talk about Bruno. Good. Well, then we can talk about it. Be a goldfish. There were so many callbacks in the final episode. And then they went and ruined it by making a 4th season that will be coming out forthright. Listen, I know that the entire cast has said, do not judge, do not prejudge this. You have $43 to make a monster. They said, you don't know what you're talking about. You haven't seen it. It's just as good as the first series. No, it's not. Listen, I don't care what you say. Person who wrote it. Roy Kent. He's here. He's there. He's ever freaking where. Roy Kent. They finished the series the way the series was supposed to be finished. It's over. That's like taking the reboot of Battlestar Galactica and invading Earth with like more things, and the Battlestar, the Galactica turning around from its way to the sun and coming back and scooping up everybody off of Earth and starting a new. No, listen, things are meant to end. Stop chasing money. Like, guess maybe it's because I'm a poor person, and you're like, oh, DC, you're not poor. Trust me, I'm way poorer than you think. Way poorer than you think. I don't understand chasing money because I've never had it. I probably never will. It's just something that I don't think about. But to ruin something so pure, so perfect, just for money, seems like the stupidest thing in the world. You might be right. It might be a Disney move, and it will be killed horribly by jumping a shark. The ending was perfect. Janky special effects at Stonehenge and all. It was the perfect ending to the series. Every single character arc completed. Every single storyline completed. It wasn't canceled before its completion. It was done when they're like, hey, we're gonna finish this now. This is how we're finishing it. Perfect. Perfect. I left the final episode smiling, satisfied, with tears in my eyes that it was over. And now they're like, we're getting the band back together. No, F you in the A. That is not happening. There is no way it's going to be good. There's no way. I mean, it could be good. Don't get me wrong. It could be good, but there's no way it is going to hold up to the legacy of the last one. They even said like, oh, we're going to pretend like the last episode, half of it didn't happen. F you. Like, what do you mean? You're going to pretend half of the last episode didn't? Oh, we kind of, tied things together. We got to untie some things. No, you don't. Just don't do it. Just say, no, I'm going to make money doing another project not associated with Ted Lasso. Hannah Waddingham has been doing a lot in England. She doesn't need any more Ted Lasso. I mean, Sudeikis does not need Ted Lasso to be famous. Brett Goldstein, who's apparently banging J-Lo, has no need to go back to doing that. He's also writing Shrinking, which is phenomenal if you haven't watched Shrinking on, I think it's Apple TV. So no, none of those people need to go back to Ted Lasso. It's not like, you know, it's not like David Hasselhoff. It's like, well, I have to make another Baywatch or else I have to go back to Germany. This is not that case. All of them are very successful in other endeavors since this. I am raging against the Ted Lasso machine. I am angry. And I'm just not going to take it anymore. And listen, even if it's good, I'm not going to like it because it's not the ending that was intended. It is the, well, you're going to give me $4 million an episode, I'll do it. Listen, if you gave me $4 million to do anything, yeah, I'm going to do it too. But it's only because I've never seen $4 million before in my life. But those people were like, that's what I made last season. Oh, you're going to give me a 10% bonus? I'm going to make $3.3 million? Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Stupid. End rant. End rant. With that said, watch the original Ted Lasso. Stop at the end. Don't watch the next season. Boycott the next season. It's done. It's perfect. I want to say our household is going to boycott the next season, but Mrs. The Breaker is going to watch it. She will. She'll watch it, and then she'll make noises while she's watching it in the other room. Ooh, oh, ha, 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 ee, oh, no way, ah. And I'm going to be like, FOMO, what are you doing? Yeah, I want to just be like, no, we're not watching it because it's a perfect ending. It's, you... She's not in here, is she? I don't know, is she? Probably not. She was going to get the chairs, so no, she's not here. Motley's here though. What's up, Motley? How you doing, man? There's a lot. Hey, listen, there's a lot of you in here. I see a lot of you. How are you doing? I love you all. Shout out to Twitch Corpse. I love that name. What up, Prue? Nacho, how you doing? Ivy, I see you. Saying, I see you hanging out. What's up? How you doing? Mario, was good. Toto, hey. Fin Foo. What up, Zach? Zach's like, I'm supposed to be working. Don't say my name. It's like, I'm supposed to be working right now. Do not mention that I am watching you. Cheers. Triumphant Poised Wrench Hot Pocket. That's what it says. GG dubs. All right, let's tell me, folks, give me your favorite television series or movie. You're horrible. You bought another Snyder signed book. No, he's great. Why wouldn't you? That's right, Don. Power Rangers. Yeah, but Power Rangers is still going. What up, Paul Maitland, you sexy beast? Let me rephrase that. One that finished. Give me your favorite series that ended or your favorite movie. And I will tell you what this upcoming Ted Lasso is like. 24. All right, at the end of 24, Kiefer Sutherland goes, oh no, we can do Firefly, Blind Cat. Pencil that one. 24 at the end, he was, if I'm not mistaken, spoilers, he sacrifices himself to save the world. Is that how 24 ended? Something like that? Something about stabbing somebody in the neck with a retractable spike, which I went out, they're called Guard Fathers. I bought one just to find out they're illegal in every state that I've ever lived in. Well, that's like, you know, him going back to the White House and then being like, or him going, not the White House, him going back and then be like, hey, we have another mission for you. Firefly. Yeah, no, let's do Firefly, Blind Cat. Yeah, Yeah. Alan Tudyk's character, well, you know, he's resurrected. They just walk over his grave, they sprinkle a little crack on him, and he pops back up and is ready to fly the fire flagon. You know, that is, well, you're bringing in the movie? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Blacklist was fun until the last season. Miami Vice. Yeah, so, all right, Carlos, Miami Vice. This Ted Lasso is like, all right, the cocaine epidemic is gone, but now we're doing heroin. Oh no, the Miami Vice Squad has got to stop all of the heroin coming in. Let's go get them. Because the movie didn't fit the show. The movie was hot garbage, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the term these kids use. It was dookie dog water. I hated the movie. I was upset by the movie. I thought the movie was, some producer was like, I know how to make this edgy. That's some good crack. Money Mitchell's like, that's some good crack. Yeah, like there is no realm. Okay, so here's the premise of this up. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, that's great. If you have, the premise is he's coming back to coach the women's soccer team. I love women's soccer. I'm actually going to women's soccer in the Olympics. I got 12 tickets to see women's soccer in the Olympics in San Diego. I'm not knocking women's soccer at all. So your idea is they're going to come back and coach the women's team. It sounds kind of like episode 7, 8, and 9 of Star Wars. I mean, we know episode 4, 5, and 6 were phenomenal. Then they're going to give you 7, 8, and 9. We're about to get Ted Lasso 7, 8, 9. Paul Malin, you are more than welcome, buddy. I gotcha. I just wish I could pledge more. But I actually, if you notice, I actually bought it instead of just tipping you this time. I did the best I could with what I had. I left with Serenity garbage to soccer. Miami Vice, the cocaine epidemic is over, so Crockett and Tubbs now have to arrest pickpockets on the beach. Crockett and Tubbs have stepped into a hot tub time machine, are now arresting 1880s women for showing too much ankle on their swimsuit. That is the next Ted Lasso. That is the next Ted Lasso. That is, yeah. You sent me to a commercial for the Marines? Well, I mean, if you sub, that wouldn't happen. Somebody buy Blind Cat a sub. Help that man. No, Hot Tub Time Machine was epic. That's why I tied it into Crockett and Tubbs. Have you ever seen guys catch the pickpockets in London? I have not, but I'm sure you have a link. I like the people that just scream like, pickpocket, we got one, and there's like embarrass the hell out of them and show their face on camera so that people know they're coming. Those, I like those. Sundays on NBC. There it is, Carlos!
Beetlejuice.
Thank you, Carlos. BK, you never have to worry about that ever again.
Beetlejuice.
Sunday on NBC, Miami Vice parking enforcement. He sprays them with red paint so they can't get away, and I believe he alerts. But that's awesome. I like that. I dig it. Speaking of soccer, yeah, Hellbolt is doing a little thing. Yeah, it is, man. I can't, like, even if Brett Goldstein writes this thing and Sudeikis writes this thing, even if they bring the entire freaking cast, which, by the way, they're not bringing back the entire cast. 80% of the cast is coming back because they're now working with women. It's going to be a whole new female cast. But I've said the comparison. This is what I wanted to get out. I kind of was going to save it to the end, but it blurted out because it was such a great idea. We had A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, or excuse me, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And now they want to give us the Last Skywalker, the last 3 movies, I don't even bother remembering the names of them. That's what they want to give us. It is going to be a rehash of the exact same thing. Hey, we're going to steal the exact same plot line. We're going to address it as something different. Somehow, Ted Lasso has returned. That is what is happening. Somehow, Ted Lasso has returned to coach. Yeah. By the way, spoilers in the season finale of the first Ted Lasso, which is like it's 2 years ago. So don't get mad. And you turn off now. How about this? I'm going to talk a little bit about the ending of Ted Lasso's first 3 seasons. So plug your ears. All right. I'll wave my hand when you can listen again. I will. I'll wave my hand when you can listen again. So stop listening. He goes home because he misses his kid and wants to, be there for his family, not his wife, but his family very specifically, his son. And so, no, you know what? I have to leave because I need to take care of my son. I got to take care of my son. I'm leaving. Thank you for everything in this opportunity, but it's time for family. So season 4 is going to open with F that kid. I'm done. I hate him. That kid picks his nose and eats the boogers. I'm going back to England and I'm coaching some soccer. Like, come on. That's what you're going to do here? That's the direction they go. I agree. It's going to be horrible. Dude, BK, they are absolutely going to rehash the storyline. What other storyline do you have? Yeah. There's your clip. There's my There's no universe where it is as good as the original. Thanks, Sapphoros. I knew you had me, homie. So, Sapphoros, what are you doing August 27th? I'm going to be in Vegas. We should hang out. No cameras, just you and me. And Lord Brownie and Money Mitch. I mean, come on, Hollywood is lame. Yeah, Hollywood is lame. They've been rehashing the same thing over and over again because there's no... And anytime and BK, that's true, and BK. There is... Every time you have a writer with original ideas, like, no, let me buy that script and bury it so I can do Time Cop 7. Like, let's reboot something. Hey, what's left here? Oh, Samurai Cop. Yeah. Let's reboot Samurai Cop. Oh man, somebody gave us an original idea that's really good. Nah, buy it, shelve it. We're gonna do Richie Rich for the 3rd time. Cast that new kid. Cast Spider-Man as Richie Rich. Nobody will know. He looks young. Wanted a sequel to Boondock Saints, and now I wish it never existed. Oh, Boondock Saints. What does this say? I don't care. Supposed to be making a new Miami Vice with Michael B. Jordan. Someone else, I believe. Didn't they do it with Colin Farrell? I saw the one with Colin Farrell. I didn't think it was bad. I think it was a Michael Bay film, though, so take it for what it's worth. Why read from a pile of 20,000 scripts when you can make Predator 400? That's right. Though I will say, Badlands or whatever that Predator one was, that was actually pretty good. I mean, it was a good story for not a lot of dialogue. Shoot, what were we going to say? Let me scroll up. I had it, and now it's gone. Oh, Boondock Saints. Thanks, Chef. You are the king. Time for the reboot of Halloween. Instead of it's not going to be directed by Rob Zombie. Trent Reznor is going to make his directorial debut and do the soundtrack. Boondock Saints, one of my favorite movies ever. The story behind Boondock Saints actually has its own documentary. The documentary you need to watch if you haven't watched it is called I Love You, Hellbolt. The documentary is called Overnight, subtitled How to Kill Yourself in Hollywood. And it's about Troy Duffy, the writer and director of Boondock Saints, and his run-in with Harvey Weinstein. Yep, that Harvey Weinstein. And truthfully, I watched this documentary well before the Harvey Weinstein debacle happened. I used to be a big fan of Miramax. The collection of movies that Miramax put out were fantastic. I mean, you can't argue Miramax and Magnolia were the two big ones for me. It was made by Miramax. It was made by Magnolia. I'm gonna watch them. So Boondock Saints, amazing. It was supposed to be a bigger movie, but for some reason, it didn't. I know the answer. I'm giving the preface for everyone else. Blind Cat, you already know. Yeah. Which ended up being false. Have you seen Overnight, the documentary, BK? Well, that's all good. Have you seen Overnight? By chance? Think so? So what happened is the movie was supposed to have huge names attached to it. At one point, one of the two McManus brothers was going to be what's his name? Roadhouse. Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was on board to be one of the brothers. This was supposed to be a big thing, like a huge, we're talking like $75 million, $100 million budget, which at the time was going to be pretty big. So they buy this, the Miramax buys the script. As a signing bonus, they buy Troy Duffy, the director, the bar that he was bouncing in when he wrote the script as a gift. He now owns that bar. That was his signing budget. Huge. Then Troy Duffy, who his fault is he's ambitious. That is his fault, is he wanted things to happen, and he was like, let's make this movie, let's do it. And he kept pushing Weinstein. Like, come on, let's do it. Yeah, I've set up my office. I've set this up. Let's do this. Let's begin this. Give me the funding. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And Harvey Weinstein was pumping the brakes on it and hemming and hawing, and they had this huge, like, 120-day workup trying to get these A-list actors. And then because it was taking too long to get off the ground, Swayze dropped out, and Sean Patrick Flannery jumped in. And at the time, Norman Reedus was a fairly unknown actor. So Norman Reedus signs on. Willem Dafoe was on throughout the whole thing. Willem is like, I love this script. I'm just going to do it. But yeah, he started criticizing Harvey Weinstein and, making public things saying Harvey Weinstein's a jerk. So Harvey Weinstein cut the budget down to $12 million, said you have $12 million, and by the way, you have 8 months to make the movie, now go. So he made the movie. He had his friend's band do the sound for it. Like, they originally had like a $15 million music budget, but he had to get rid of that and have his friend do all this. Music's great. The movie's freaking wonderful if you haven't seen Boondock Saints. It's fantastic. It's very indie, but polished at the same time. It was his brother's band, but he was in it. Correct. It was him, his brother, and something else, but he didn't sing. They hired a girl to do vocals for. There's the one thing where he's checking for the bullet in the wall. That's one of his friends who worked at the Boston Opera. But yeah, it was his brother's band, and I think he was like the triangle player in his brother's band. I digress. So he makes the movie, and the movie's going to come out. Now, it has come out that he has spoken bad about Harvey Weinstein. So Harvey Weinstein basically shelved the film, was like, you're not getting a hot release. You're not going to get a summer release. We're going to push it for afterwards. And the movie comes out in like 34 theaters. They don't give it a massive release. Miramax does not decide to do a distro deal on it. And one of the excuses was it happened right around the time of 9/11. Now, if you actually look at the release of the film, you actually look at the whole 9/11 thing, that was used as an excuse for why the film wasn't successful, because of the violence. It had nothing to do with being pushed, but it was about him bad-mouthing, and it's in the documentary. It's about him bad-mouthing Harvey Weinstein. So it basically flops because it gets no distribution, it gets no advertising. The advertising budget was zero because they spent everything on the movie. So then he has the documentary Overnight, which was his friend documenting him, this whole process of them making this movie, behind the scenes of shooting the film, leading up to it. You get to see Patrick Swayze at the bar and talking about the film. You get to see a lot, like you get all of the background to how the Boondock Saints was made. So that was a straight to video DVD called Overnight. I'll see if I can find it. So a lot of the things that Miramax and Troy Duffy had originally said were reasons the movie didn't do well were actually just them trying to, make it sound like it wasn't their fault, but it kind of was. Here it is. Gigabow. This came out in 2003. All right. So there you go. The Brood was the name of the band. That's right. Where is... Yeah, Mark Wahlberg was tied to it. John Goodman was tied to it. Ron St. Germain. Who else? Oh, so Jake Busey. They don't have him in here, but Patrick Swayze is on screen for a little bit. They do show Patrick. Well. So this is why the 9/11 thing doesn't shake out. And they talk about it. The 9/11 thing is actually a false narrative. It was released January 21st of 2000. 9/11 hadn't happened yet. And I'm sorry, it wasn't 30 theaters, it was 5. 5 theaters. So when he talks about, the reason my film didn't have it's because of 9/11, that's actually false. That was him covering his butt, and it was a terrible lie. And Troy, I think, has since repealed that. And I'm sorry, he made it on $6 million. Yeah. Made $30,000 at the box office. So Weinstein buried it on purpose because he heard that he was talking crap about Weinstein. The original cast was supposed to be Stephen Dorff and Mark Wahlberg as the brothers. Brendan Fraser, Keanu, Ethan Hawke, Ewan McGregor, all tied to them. Swayze was going to be Smecker. See, I was wrong about that. Patrick Swayze was supposed to be Smecker, but Willem Dafoe went on there. And Miramax wanted Sylvester Stallone, Bill Murray, or Mike Myers. That would have been awful. Awful. 97, Miramax pulled out of the project. And it stalled because of casting and location problems. That's a lie. Listen. Casting and location does not stop a film from happening. I know enough people that have done actual movies. Mask of Zorro, Monkey Bone, like real films. Location, not a problem. There's a million places that look like places. And if you can't get the place, you build it in studio. Hey man, laugh at Monkey Bone. My boy got paid a lot of money to produce that film. Well, made a lot of money off of producing that film. Casting, yeah, if you have, yeah, it is horrible, but it's great. Casting can cause an issue. But as you know, the people that they cast in this film were, aside from Willem Dafoe, not big name actors. So casting is a lie. Location problems. Shot in Boston. Any corner of Boston looks like a corner of Boston. Heck, there's neighborhoods in Buffalo that look exactly like Boston. So no. Saying that it was casting and location, Miramax saying that, that's a lie. Miramax is a big enough company in 1997 that it could overcome those problems. Anyway, I saw Boondock Saints in theaters when they did the reissue, like 10 years later. I went and saw it in theaters, and man, that is a good movie to see. And right, BK? That was awesome in theaters. That was good. And then they made a second one. It doesn't exist. So, BK, that's what this upcoming season of Ted Lasso is. Let's go to the sheep farm. Let's unbury the guns. Let's go to the women's soccer field and let's polish the whistle. Oh, wow, that sentence has a whole nother connotation if you're a dirtbag. That was a long walk around the block, but we enjoyed the journey, didn't we? Halfway night long with The Godfather? Yeah, we did. I have seen, this is not an exaggeration, I have seen the Boondocks.
Go ahead, have a drink. Right.
A little bottle of water.
A little bottle of water.
A little bottle of water.
Thank you, Carlos. I needed that. No joke. It had to be pretty close to 200 times the last time I saw it. The last time I was counting it. Me and my buddies back, it would have been, I got out of the military. We were passing around a bootleg video copy of it. And then one of us got a bootleg DVD of it. That would have been like 2003, 2004. 2003 was the bootleg video. 2004 got a bootleg DVD. 2005 got an actual DVD, or 6 got an actual DVD. And it was the most stolen DVD in history. I was like, I don't want to watch anything called Saints. It was good. I owned that DVD. Yeah, the new season of Ted Lasso will be like making Slapshot 2, probably. More than likely. That I've owned the Boondock Saints probably 7 times in my life, and that DVD was stolen 7 times. I still don't have a copy of Boondock Saints. Every copy I've ever had has been stolen. I bet if I found it now, because I have limited friends, I could probably keep a copy for the rest of my life. But yeah, you have like 4 copies. Yeah. Actually, I lied. I think I bought the metal jacket. I think I bought when they did the metal cover. I might somewhere in my archives have the metal one. So I lied to you just now, but it was not intentional. I misremembered. So I apologize. I misremembered. I actually do think I have a copy, because I think I have. But the reason I say I don't is because if I have it, it's not sealed. You could not. It would disappear like the Star Wars Christmas story. Yeah. Yeah, I do, but I think it's sealed. I never opened it, which is why I don't regard myself as having it. So I'm pretty sure I have the metal box edition. So I waved my hand so you can, we're done talking about spoilers now. So done talking about spoilers. You can unplug your ears for the last 20 minutes. So Transformers. Yeah, they're robots in disguise. Michael Bay. That's all I got. That's all I got. He's like, no, Michael Bay. Boom. That's Michael Bay is the full circle to Miami Vice connection right there. Is what it is, folks. Green Street Hooligans. Speaking of hooligans, you guys ever see a movie Romper Stomper? Which had Zeus, aka Maximus, in it. Romper Stomper was a heck of a film. Russell Crowe, that's right. What else were good low-budget indie films that I saw? Suburbia. Did I see Suburbia? Is that a psychological thriller? Or is that a monster movie? No? Okay, I don't think I saw it then. Wasn't Zeus in Armed and Dangerous? Armed and Dangerous. Are we talking about the John Candy movie? I worked at the video store when Suburbia came out, I'm pretty sure. What year? That name sounds familiar. When did that come out? Nope. That's not when I was. Flea from Red Hot Chili. Flea's a lot of acting. It's got a 93% tomato meter. I mean, is it better or worse than SLC Punk? Because SLC Punk is one of my faves. It's horrible but good. Oh, this looks super familiar. Bad acting. Well, I mean, Flea is listed as the fourth bill on here, so if he's the fourth best actor on there, in a lot of trouble. Oh, third best actor. The first one is a director. Bill Coyne, Chris Peterson, Jennifer Clay, Flea. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it looks familiar. There was this French film, because, you know, I'm a nerd. This movie was awesome. So, you want to talk here? Listen, folks, if you want to enrich your life, this is the cover of the film. Angel A, or Angela, you'll see why it's spelled that way when you watch the film, is not Debbie Harry. I don't think. I don't believe it was, unless she speaks French. No, it's Ree Rasmussen. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not gonna. Here's the thing about this movie. I'm gonna get some examples. This movie, the cinematography is brilliant. Every scene. Oh, no, Don. No, no, Don. The other Zeus. I get it. This film is gorgeous. This is for cinephiles. This is for our art house people. Every single scene is shot beautifully. There are scenes that happen in a bathroom that are shot better than scenes that happen in nature. Every single frame is set up beautifully. It's a gorgeous film. You have to see the film just for the composition of every shot. If you're an art house nerd, if you're an artist, forget about even being an art house nerd. If you're an artist, watch this film. This film is inspiring. You don't even need to speak French. The acting is very good. You don't even need to turn the subtitles on. You probably understand what is happening in this film without the subtitles. Now, obviously, I want you to understand the composition of it, the actual, story. So turn them on. But you will find that the subtitles get in the way of how beautiful this film is shot. There is, I believe, very, 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 very brief nudity in this. I want to make sure that when I hit this button to show the rest of the things, that there is, no, that's kind of gonna kind of give things away. Yeah, I can't. Can I use this one? I can use it. Like, here's an example. Like the way that they set each shot, the background is gorgeous. They picked the scenes to have grandiose. Oh no, she's a very tall drink of water. He's also a pretty short guy. So they put tall girl with short guy. And there's a reason for it. Again, it actually plays into the narrative of the film. Again, I can't stress this enough. You have to see this film. Especially you, Blind Cat. You like things that are beautiful. This is beautiful. Like, every shot, the background is perfect. There's not a bad shot in this entire film. I doubt it won any awards. Foreign films don't win awards, so let's see. Reception. Yeah, I mean, people are lukewarm on it. Again, it's clunky dialogue, shallow characters. Well, they're not shallow characters, you'll see. I mean, they're shallow because he's supposed to be shallow. There you go. Stunning, poetic cinematography. Told you. You got to watch it just for the scenery. Many critics praise the film's visual beauty, particularly Thierry Arbogast's black and white cinematography, which was described as ravishingly lensed and giving the film a whimsical storybook noir atmosphere. The chemistry between the mismatched leads was also highlighted as a strength. But the dialogue is weak. Again, it's French. It's clunky and cliched. It's French. So, see it. Worth it. It's good. Thierry Arbogast, I believe he has he did Nikita. He did Lost in... Okay, Leon the Professional. He did that as well. He did The Fifth Element. That's why it's beautiful. If you haven't seen Leon the Professional, again, stunning shots. Fifth Element, stunning shots. Yeah. Kiss of the Dragon, same. Femme Fatale. And he did those before he did Angel A. So those are films he worked on leading up to Angel A. He's worked a lot. See if there's anything else. Lucy, he did Lucy. I'm mixed on Lucy, but it was well shot. There you go. So. You're welcome. You're welcome ahead of time. You're welcome. That's what I do. All right, speaking of things I do, I got to get out of here. I have some chairs that I have to assemble now. Excuse me. So last call, everybody. Last call. It's become into just this stream just became BK and me talking about film, and nobody but BK and I want that. This stream could be an email. This stream could be an email, BK. Oh, all right. Let's raid out. We didn't raid out yesterday. I also didn't tell you how much I loved you yesterday, so one more old gem. Tim Roth's first film. 4 Rooms? Was that Tim's first film? Oh, Made in Britain. Okay. I haven't seen that. I freaking love Tim Roth, so yeah, I will look that up. Let me actually put that in another window. I'm going to look at it right when this is done. Made in Britain. I have not seen that. Okay. All right, let me what do we got here? Oh, we'll go to... No, I don't want to do Pinion because she's going to know what we're up to, and I don't feel like staying. Actually, all these people are going to want to know what we're doing, and I don't feel like staying. Does anybody care if we don't raid? I don't want to explain what we've been doing. I'm lazy. Oh, you're bouncing as soon as I do, so nobody wants to stay anyway. All right, folks, listen. I love each and every one of you. I loved you yesterday, but I forgot to tell you, so I'm going to tell you twice today. I love each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves and each other so we can do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll probably talk a little bit less about films, maybe, and more about art projects and signatures, and maybe some other surprises. So stay tuned. Could be fun, but I love you, folks. I do. I'm sorry I didn't say it yesterday. Hopefully I'm not the reason some of you had bad days, because you're like that. My buddy DC didn't say he loved me yesterday. But I do. So I've said it like 4 times today to make up for it. Not that I could ever make up for it, but I'm trying. I'm just a guy looking at a camera, trying to tell him that he loves them. All right, folks. Adios. Good night. I love you all. Be safe.